Okay, so there is a question I get asked a lot, specifically by men. Why are you single? I came up with a real clever response, which is accurate, but I always say I'm not in the business of giving people what they can't handle. Therefore, I don't give myself to people like that. However, that's not the conversation we're having right now. So, this is what I usually say. And I was just so happen to be at work. And I'm a big prayer. I'm a big church person. Love God, love the Bible. Like, I believe in actually living by the standards of it. So I'm at work and I'm like, God, I pray for this. Where's my stuff? Why is this taking so long? And I heard him clearly say, I'm not in the business of giving people things they can't handle. And I was like, wait a minute. That's what I be saying. When people ask me, why am I single? I'm not giving you what I don't think you can handle. Talk about a rebuke. And it hit me perfect because it was the way I understand. I understand the concept of not putting deposits into broken bank accounts. Or you're not going to see a vending machine that's out of order and put money in it and expect something back. So I said, okay, I get it. So I've been studying discipline a lot. Like me saying I'm going to be consistent and posting every day. It's a form of discipline. But there's two or three things that I haven't disciplined that's very important. One is diet. Two is the gym, which I'm starting the gym actually. Three is my fasting lifestyle. All three of those things will take me to my next level. And those things also will make it easier for me to handle what I'm praying for, actually. And God just told me, like, until you get your discipline under control, I'm not going to bless you with what you're asking for because you're not ready for it. And I've really been talking to my sister about all these discipline sermons and how I'm working on discipline, but I never thought that my answered prayers are on the other side of my discipline. And what I'm requesting, I have to have the bandwidth to handle it. I have to have the self-control to do what I need to do with it. And sometimes we ask for stuff that we haven't prepared for. So I'm in preparation, y'all. God told me I got to the end of this month to get my discipline under control. That gives me a little bit over 2 weeks. I'm going to say 2 weeks. There's only three things that I really struggle with. And those three things are pretty big because what I'm asking for, I need the stamina for it. I need the self-control for it. And I need to be able to handle what I got going on now and what I'm trying to have going on and maintain a healthy relationship with God in prayer because you can't put God on the back burner. Like, I've been reading these books about this. I've been studying it. When I went to Texas to have dinner at a billionaire's house back in October, I asked this man, he's the owner of Church's Chicken. He's my mom's boss. If anyone didn't see that, I might repost it. But yeah, I went to the billionaire's house. He invited us out. And I asked, in this man's huge backyard with his two or three different swimming pools and his violinist, and it was beautiful. I'm like, I want this. Like, this is beautiful. I said, what advice would you give someone who's starting with nothing, that wants to become a lot more, that wants to be able to afford a house like this? And he said, discipline. He had one word for me. It was simple. He said, everybody can't do it. And you have to be disciplined. If you can be disciplined in all areas, if you can just get that under control, Sky's the limit. You gonna be wealthy. I love correction. I think correction is love. I love being told where I'm slacking or lacking in because I don't want to be wrong. And I ultimately want to live my life to the fullest. I want to live a life that God designed for me to live. And the only limitation I have is what I give myself. You can only not get it by not putting in the work. I keep hearing do the hard thing. And then I read a bunch of books, and then I'm listening to podcasts, and I keep running into individuals, and they're all speaking about discipline. And then I'm telling my sister, like, hey, I heard this guy was talking about discipline yourself for the month and discipline yourself for your cause or for your purpose, and never really considering, like, this is what God keep telling me. You don't keep running into certain things and certain people and certain individuals that's all telling you the same thing. Get yourself together. I need to stop spending like I've been spending. I've had 3 dudes say that. And it's always a guy that'll tell you spending too much money. Sometimes if you wait too long to do what you're supposed to do, you miss your opportunity. Whole time I'm telling God I'm waiting on my answer. Whole time he's giving me the answer. That man said discipline. And then I heard a podcast and this guy was like, discipline. And then I heard the prophets preaching on YouTube because I listen to a lot of sermons and books. And they said, God wants you to get on this and do this and discipline yourself. And the whole time, I'm like, God, where's my answer? He gave me an answer. Sometimes people are expecting the answer to their prayers and things, objects. God gave me a word. He told me what to do to get it. Sometimes when you ask God for a house, he'll give you a tree. Sometimes when you ask God for blessings and finances, he'll give you an idea. He'll give you a plan. You blowing money like crazy and you asking for money. You can barely work and come home and you're tired and you're asking for a heavier workload. Like, get your stamina up. Get your discipline up. Like, yeah. So I'm excited because he made it plain. He told me and I wasn't listening. And I'm still asking and he's giving me the answer and I wasn't listening. I was listening but not listening. It just didn't hit me that this was the answer. It took me some months. Took me some months to get it right. Sometimes it could be a little slow because you focusing on what you think and how you think it's gonna come, and he ain't never tell you he just gonna do it like that. He just said, hey, you got it, you asked for it, here's my answer. And the answer was discipline yourself. That's it. So y'all finna see me go hard, because I ain't doing this just for me. I'm doing this for the purpose. You have a role to play in what you're praying for. If you ask for a house and he give you a tree, you better go get a saw, some nails, a hammer, and get the wood and start building, because he gave you the resource. Are you physically capable of doing this without burnout? Will it take away from your relationships? Will it take away from God, your relationship with God? Will it take away from your parenting? Put yourself in position to do said thing and make sure you're capable of physically, mentally, emotionally handling it, as well as making sure your house is in order, as in your affairs, your credit, your finances, your children. Like, all of that matters. So most of that stuff is checked off. I got about 3 things I need to work on. I ain't stopped spending. Hardcore, set a budget, don't go beyond it. Don't get nothing unnecessary. I have not done that work. I have not started back in the gym like I was supposed to. And I was finna go actually. Couldn't find my headphones. Then I was working. However, I'm dedicated to doing that. And fasting always helps me in every area. I have not been consistent with my fasting regimen. One of my prayers is I want to age like Angela Bassett. That woman looks good. Even though I already know I do not look my age now. But baby, wait till I'm done. You have to be faithful over the little. You have to take that small thing you have and treat it like it's the biggest thing in the world. You have to not despise that small thing or that small beginning. What do you think you should be doing while you're waiting on what you pray for? Do you think you should just be sitting there waiting, not doing nothing? Or do you think you should make sure you're ready for when it comes? So when you get it, you flowing right. Because if I sit here and wait and don't do anything, when my gift arrive, I wouldn't know what to do with it, where to put it. No, God don't want you to do that. He wants you to prepare for what you're asking for in advance. Don't wait for it to get here. Start doing what you need to do as if you have it already. Don't wait. Because now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You think He's going to give it to you, what you waiting for to prep for it. The preparation is a form of faith. It's letting God know, I asked for it. I trust you're going to give it to me. So let me get this ready. Let me get this bath ready for my husband before he get here. I ain't married yet. I don't even know this man. But let me start learning how to prep baths. Let me start cooking regularly so it wouldn't be an issue when he gets here for me to start cooking. Let me start getting healthier foods ready and learning how to do certain things and taking the vitamins and exercising so I had a stamina to take care of a household and a husband and myself and look good for him and for me as we age. Like, let me get my business and my credit in order. So while my business is flowing, I don't have any issues because I prepped for this. So the preparation process is important when you're asking for something. When you're expecting God to do something for you, everything is in a preparation. If you ain't prepared for it and ready, He ain't giving it. It's not likely. He's not going to shipwreck it. He ain't in the business of giving people what they not ready to handle. Yep. I'm just like my daddy. Because I ain't either. Bye, y'all.